Okay, hi, I'm Jason. I'm doing another video today of Mario Kart 8, but it's going to be different this time because I'm going to be doing the top 5 characters. And a lot of you, like, when you do online multiplayer, there's a lot of different characters, and there's always a few characters that people always play as, and there's multiple amounts of them. And I'm going to show you which cars and characters that people like. And it's top 5. So number 5 is Morton. For some weird reason, a lot of people like playing as him in the Blue Falcon and Cyber Slick wheels and any random hang glider. A lot of people seem to like doing that with him. I'll just do Yoshi Circuit. It's strange why people like him so much. A lot of people seem to like the Blue Falcon for some reason. Cause like I play a lot of times I'm playing with Morton before. His playing as him is kind of a hazard too because his weight and his speed are good, but usually his acceleration is bad, and his handling can be pretty bad too. So he's not always the best character to play with, but for some reason a lot of people seem to prefer him. He's really like the only Koopa guy who people actually seem to like, and I don't know really why. This car is really popular too, because a lot of people seem to be like obsessed with this car. Like they'll play as like Waluigi, who looks totally ridiculous in this car, and they'll play as him in this car with his knees sticking like 5 feet up in the air, and he looks totally hilarious. But still, people will play as him in this car. It's kind of a mystery. Like I always end up playing with somebody who's doing Morton. I can't really think of any other cars people like to play with him, because this is like the one favorite car. This is like the favorite car this is the one car like it seems like everybody seems to like a lot. This is like the one car, and I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, he's a fast character. His acceleration sucks, but it's strange. I don't know why people do it all the time with him. His only weakness is really like his acceleration. His acceleration is probably one of the lowest in the whole game. And his weight too is probably the biggest. Next one is probably my favorite out of all the guys that I'm going to be doing in this video, and it is Try Bowser. And a lot of people like to play with him as this car. I actually prefer this car. Playing with him in the leaf wheels, it might be good, giving him some acceleration. And a lot of people seem to like him too. There's a lot of different. What track should I do? He's probably one of my favorite characters. But a lot of people seem to like him too, probably because he's like an additional character. Because if you have the game pre-installed to your Wii U, you'll get a bunch of like additional characters and stuff. What's cool about about him and Bowser are their stunts. Their stunts are really cool because in just about all of them, they turn around, they like breathe fire. They like turn around and they face you and they like breathe fire or something. It's really cool. I don't know why people seem to like this car with Bowser and Dry Bowser, because it is one of the fast cars, but its acceleration is usually pretty low too, like Morton. A lot of the bigger characters are better for speed than really anything, are better for like speed, and their weight is gigantic too. Like Wario. Wario's like supposed to be really fast, but his acceleration and weight are like so bad. He's always in last place, like it always is. I don't know why a lot of people prefer this car. It is kind of looks like one of those like old-fashioned cars that I've seen in like old TV shows, I think. Cause like I've seen Dry Bowser in some of like the silliest combinations before. I mean, he's been in the Blue Falcon. I've seen him in the P-Wing. A lot of people seem to like him, but they don't really have like the car that a lot of people do him with. A lot of people will always switch up the car, but they'll always like stay with the one character. Cause Morton, he's like almost always in the Blue Falcon. But Dry Bowser doesn't really have like a designated car, which is strange. I mean, he does have that one bike called the Bone Rattler, which is pretty cool, which looks pretty cool on him. Yeah, he's pretty fun to play with. His stunts are cool. He has good speed and everything. This next one right here is a big favorite too. A lot of people like him. This is number 3, and it is Metal Mario. He is probably popular because for some weird reason he's like metal and stuff. A lot of people sometimes play him in this motorcycle. I've seen a few people playing him with this one. I prefer him playing in this motorcycle. And then maybe these wheels aren't so bad on it either. And there should be a good track. Let's do Music Park. A lot of people seem to like him because sometimes I do battle races and on them multiplayer, and there's always at least 2 Metal Marios, and I find that kind of surprising for how many people seem to like him. I wonder what Mario game he actually is from. I don't actually think he makes an appearance in any games, but I think Nintendo figured they could just make up a character from Mario Kart games out of nowhere that looks really cool. This motorcycle is probably like the best one. In my opinion, this is probably the best motorcycle. It has good traction, it has good, drifting. Some of the bikes are like really bad drifting. Like there's like 3 or 4 bikes that have like some of the worst drifting in like the whole game. He's kind of a fun character to play with because all of his stunts, he always does something like fist pumping. He'll always do like a lot of fist pumping and all that. He's a fun character to play with, and a lot of people seem to like him. This is probably one of the best like combinations right here with him playing in this motorcycle. This motorcycle is one of the best ones. I like it a lot. And his voice sounds all like aquatic and stuff. It's really cool. It sounds like aquatic. He seems to be like a pretty good favorite with a lot of people. I've played him a few times, and he is pretty fun to play with. He's like, basically he's Mario. He's a lot, he seems to be kind of a fun character. His stunts and everything are pretty funny. Always doing fist pumping. Always doing fist pumping. This next one is a very, very popular character. Like probably one of the, this is number 2, and he is like really popular, and it is Tanuki Mario! I don't know why. I honestly have no idea why, but people seem to like him a lot. He's like almost always being played in a motorcycle of some kind. And it's strange. Like usually there'll be at least like if you happen to be playing with somebody, if you happen to be playing Tanuki Mario, you'll probably have to be careful. He's kind of a, because if you're one of the people like me who doesn't really like it when you're playing as a character, but there's like there's like another guy playing as the exact character. I'm one of the guys who doesn't really like to do that. So if you're one of those guys, like the characters in this video, especially Tanuki Mario, might not be a good choice because he is a very good character, but people just seem to like him so much. He makes monkey noises too. Just strange. Oh crap! I don't know why I did that. I honestly have no idea which one of these paths is shorter. I always take this one for some reason, because it just seems to be, you go on the hang glider and that makes it pretty fast and fun. Yeah, this is one of the motorcycles that has, it's one of like the I don't know, like 4 or 5 motorcycles that have probably the worst drifting. Like really bad drifting. But usually they'll be fast. I really don't know why, but I guess like the raccoon suit, for some reason, or something like that, must like hypnotize people to play him for online multiplayer. It's kind of weird. I've like barely played him before, so I don't really know how good his stats are. I just know he's a very popular guy to play as. For some reason, it's kind of surprising about how popular Tanuki Mario is, but it turns out that Cat Peach is not really a favorite for people. It's not. I find that strange, because Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, they're both kind of like dressed up. I find it kind of strange. This is the number 1, the one that the most people like love to play. And I have absolutely no idea why. Okay, that's a lie. I do. And it is Link.
Well, it comes from a pretty popular video game, Jason, so.
A lot of people like to play him in this car, this motorcycle horse thingy, and they like these wheels and probably this hang glider, a whole like Zelda combination. And since I just want to do it, I'm just going to do Hyrule Circuit. So a lot of people seem to like him a lot because he's like, he has like the sword. He's from probably like the other really popular Nintendo games. And a lot of people like him. His weight though, he can be very slow at times though. He can also be kind of a bad choice to play as. Because he has a lot of weight and he has really bad acceleration. So it's not always the best idea to play him. He probably is like the coolest looking character in this game.
Maybe that's why people play him.
Hardest part of this entire game that is super, super annoying, the plant thingies. That I really hate for some reason. This motorcycle people like to do a lot too. Because I've seen a bunch of people do Tanuki Mario in this motorcycle, and that is just a weird combination that I honestly have never really thought about. It kind of looks funny about how like small, like how Tanuki Mario is from more like a cartoony game. When he's like from like a big he's in like a big crazy like war motorcycle or whatever. I mean, it's crazy. It looks like a crazy Zelda thing.
It'd be weird if Baby Peach was on this motorcycle. That would be weird, right?
Yeah. Sometimes, for some reason, I do Baby Rosalina in the Bone Rattler for how cool it kind of looks seeing one of the baby characters in like the coolest looking motorcycle, probably of them all, with the Bowser face on the front of it. It's like a hood ornament. I mean, it is funny how like random it looks. He's always like flashing out the sword when he does a stunt too. I don't actually think there's a stunt where he doesn't do that. It's just strange. Well, he's probably the one people like the most out of all the characters. Well, that's the end of the top 5 characters people like to play in online multiplayer. Please subscribe to this video if you watch it. I'm Jason.